powered by DART, Delaware's transit service. Moving forward.
I think it's okay to be selfish.
Sure.
Right? There's a part of the brain that clicks on for survival.
Yeah.
Like, I knew survival a great bit of my life, right? And when you're surviving, you're not necessarily thinking about your faith.
Yeah.
You know, it took the people around me that care for me and that love me say, that's not you.
Yeah.
Like a good intervention. And those are the people here at DETV, right?
Yeah.
That said, wait a minute, Ivan. Like, this is not you, bro. You're not, let it go.
Yeah.
You can do it again.
Yeah.
Just let it go. So when I got to that point of, you are right, let me let it go, was the moment, now let me operate my faith, in my faith.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Because, and what I've learned about the brain, what I learned about mental health is that it can work with you or it can work against you.
Yeah.
Your brain purpose is to protect you from anything that harms you, right?
Absolutely.
So can you imagine, and I know you were with Stop Soldier Suicide and you're a huge advocate for that organization. My son is a soldier, right? And I didn't understand what a soldier goes through because at first my son wasn't a soldier.
Yeah.
Understanding that my son is a soldier now and watching the things that he go through. So what do you see when it comes to the mental health of the soldiers?
You know, let's start backwards from the results.
Okay.
You know, and the challenges of our active duty and veteran community. For whatever reason, and we won't even ponder on what the reasons are first. Let's just look at the stats. I think our veteran community is about 58% more susceptible to the epidemic of suicide than their civilian peers.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, it's a statistical reality. I know that since September 11th, and here we are on September 11th, right? Since 2001, the suicide rate amongst our young people is twice what it was, right? In the military community. And so it just begs the question, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know, what's going on here? You know, there's obviously a lot of correlation between deployments, being in battle, PTSD, but there are also corollaries around purpose and identity. And I think we lose track of that.
Yeah.
You know, as an example, there are an inordinate amount of senior veterans that die of suicide because they've lost their connection to community.
Yeah. Yeah.
They retire.
Yep.
That's the easy one.
Yeah.
They retire, they're no longer with their military unit, and then it starts to get more complex. They're divorced.
Yeah.
They have an addiction. And you start to add all of these things together and they point to the desperate situation of isolation.
Yeah.
Isolation is one of the deadliest killers amongst all of us, and especially fatal amongst our veteran community.
Yeah.
When you poll seniors in the veteran community, I believe over 50% identify as isolated and lonely.
Wow.
And when you look at our young people, it's more, it's worse. It's 60%. 60% of our young people feel isolated or lonely. And when you look at the physiological impact of loneliness,
Right.
all I can tell you is what's in the reports, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. But the Surgeon General reports that the effect of isolation is the same as smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
And that's a weird corollary because obviously you're not getting lung cancer because you're lonely,
Right.
but the outcomes are the same, right? Your trips to the hospital are like you had 15 cigarettes a day. Your heart, you develop heart disease.
It's scary to be alone, man. It is like being alone really messes with your headspace in your body. Like I can only imagine a soldier, right? We're talking a soldier that takes a tour.
Yeah.
Or 2 tours, right? Or where World War I, or even back then, that comes home to a society, to civilians, and things just downward spiral, and then they're alone.
Yeah, and again, I'm not a social scientist, Ivan, but from my casual observation and what I've learned is that there are a lot of people that enter the military because they want the camaraderie. They really enjoy that esprit de corps.
Yeah.
They want to be with other women or other guys, and they're at a young age. At a young age, they're rough and tumble.
Yep.
They like being in these units, and they train as a units. They make pacts to have each other back in the most dire of times together. And many of them go off and do battle together.
Yeah.
And they form these fraternal bonds.
Yeah.
And then one day, they come out the other side. And
now, when they come out the other side, let's also keep in mind of all the things that they have seen while there. Like if they had to go to war, they see someone get murdered or shot, killed, whatever they've seen. Some of that is horrific.
Sure, and that's a segment.
Yeah.
Right, but there are an awful lot of people that aren't seeing that aren't necessarily in combat. But they are coming through the system. They went in for the camaraderie. They stayed for the camaraderie. They actually had great joy, and many took the camaraderie to a level that maybe they didn't even know was possible. They struggled as a group. They come back out the other side, and now they've got to hit the civilian world. And they are faced with the realities that the job that they had in the military isn't necessarily waiting for them on the other side. Now, there's some really great straightforward jobs. Like if you were a mechanic, an auto mechanic in the military, you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
you're good. But if you were in charge of munitions, or recon,
that's not
or even here in the Delaware, we've got the Signal Corps. Like it'd be great if you ended up at Comcast.
Yeah.
But not always.
Yeah.
Or intelligence or infantry.
Yeah.
Right?
You're right, man.
Right? And these are really, really specialized jobs, specialized to keep us safe.
Right.
And to do great harm to our enemies.
Yeah.
But when the best and brightest come back and they join the civilian community, I don't think the military does a great job assimilating, and I don't think the civilian world does a great job assimilating. We have a really big job to do.
Yeah.
I give a talk every once in a while, and at the core of it is a compact that the civilian world has with the military world.
Okay.
And the only way our great republic survives is if we honor this contract. And it goes like this. If 1% of our community, our sons, our daughters, our neighbors, our coworkers, if 1% of our community is going to volunteer to stand between us and harm, and Ivan, at this very moment, a segment of our community that we've never met before are standing at the gate, literally. They're combing the skies. They're out in the sea. They're on the land. They're doing intel. They're in the sights, literally and figuratively, of our enemy. If 1% of our country, our community, is going to stand between us and harm, then 99% of us have got to stand between them and harm.
That's right.
And
that's right.
And what we've really determined is lacking is the fight against isolation. Yes, PTSD is an issue. Yes, brain trauma is an issue. But there is a vast number of our military who are thrust into isolation unnecessarily. And if we are going to solve the epidemic of veteran suicide, there are a lot. If it was this easy, we'd do it, right?
Right.
There are a lot of modalities, but one modality is to really create a community that is so complex and intertwined with our veteran community that we don't miss them, that they don't fall between the cracks, that we don't ask them to be resilient alone, that we ask them to be resilient within our network.
Yeah. And that network looks really, really good here in Delaware. You've been, how long has it been when you started it?
Well, I'm really blessed to be part of the 22 and 22 initiative, and this is our 10th anniversary.
Wow.
Actually, of the 22 and 22, probably 12 years.
Yeah. And
10 years ago, we started VetFest.
What made you like get into it?
There are a couple of things. You know, my son Jacob wanted to go to West Point. He ended up going to the Citadel.
Okay.
And during his journey, we thought that it would be important for him to stand up his own fundraiser. Okay. And so we got involved with the organization Stop Soldier Suicide. And together with his sister and his brother and the rest of our family, we stood up the 22 and 22 initiative, which asked people to run, hop, skip, swim, pedal 22 miles in 22 days. And over those 22 days, we could communicate the epidemic of veteran suicide that was taking 22 lives a day. So I take him down to the Citadel, and the parents and the kids sit in a room, and then the commander or whoever asks the students, the new cadets, to step out of the room, and for the parents to just stay behind. And all of a sudden, the last of the kids walked out, and the door closed behind them, and it hit me. I said, "Oh my God! I just donated my child to a cause."
Wow.
And you know this, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's different. It's different. It hits you different. Did you have tears in your eyes?
I still have. I almost cried right here telling you this story.
Yes,
It's very, very emotional for me. Because, look, I'm putting it in the hands of people I don't know.
I don't know. And he might not come back.
And he might not come back. And he might have to go fight for a cause du jour that I may not really, really agree with.
Yeah. But he got to.
But he has to.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
My son has been donated to a cause. And then I realized, well, how selfish of me because I never got it before.
Right.
There's a nuance to that emotion
that
as a civilian I didn't get.
Yeah.
But then I said, how selfish am I? Look, around the room, I'm not alone.
Right.
Look how many other people did this. And then I remembered around the country on that day, other schools were clearing their kids out from their parents at the same time. And then I realized these kids are going on to be officers.
Yeah.
What about the rank and file around kitchen tables?
Yeah.
Those kids are walking out the front doors. Yeah. Those parents are putting their kids in a car or a bus to be donated to a cause on behalf of 99% of the people.
Yeah, man.
And that's when it hit me. I don't know. I haven't done enough.
Right.
So, you know, we've done the VetFest thing for 10 years. In 2019, and we're doing it again this year. I'm really excited to tell your listeners.
What's the date?
September 27th at the town of Whitehall. If your listeners go to vetfestdelaware.com, they can find more information, vetfestdelaware.com. On September 27th, we're bringing something called the Remembering Our Fallen Memorial. This is sponsored by the generosity of the people of Chase Bank. The Remembering Our Fallen Memorial is a memorial that displays every story of the victims of war since 9/11.
Wow.
All of the folks that are wrapped up in the war on terror, 4,000 to 5,000 stories that this tells. And so we brought it to VetFest in 2019, but before it arrived in September, I wanted to go see it because I knew intuitively that I needed to receive it with the dignity that it should be received.
Right.
And I didn't want to do this willy-nilly. I wanted to lay my eyes on the memorial.
Yeah.
When I got there, I couldn't escape it.
Right.
Number one.
What was it like? What was that feeling like? Take me back to that.
It was humbling only because, like I said before, I thought I was patriotic.
Right.
I thought I was empathetic, but I clearly wasn't.
Mm.
Because until you look into the eyes of the photography of every one of those kids, and on the memorial are two pictures. One picture super formal, military uniform, the officers, dressed to the nines. The other picture is casual, with their kids, with their mom, goofball picture with their friends, high school football picture, graduation picture, right? Blowing out birthday candles. And suddenly you realize, on my behalf, 4,000 people, 5,000 people died for me. I never knew them. They never asked permission.
That's right.
And I never got to say thank you.
Right.
I never grieved.
Yeah, man.
And suddenly I was face to face with the reality that, I don't know. I don't know the sacrifice not only of those 4,000 to 5,000 lives. I definitely didn't have an appreciation for the depth and breadth of the sorrow of those families.
Yeah.
When I went there, we're bringing a woman by the name of Nola Fritz. Her son, Jacob Fritz, First Lieutenant West Point, goes to battle in Iraq on your behalf.
On our right
on my behalf.
Yeah.
Never met him. Came from Nebraska. He didn't call me to ask.
Right.
Right.
Showed up for work.
Never even met me in my life.
Right.
Went to Iraq from Nebraska on our behalf. He was captured. One night, a group of Taliban snuck over the wire, grabbed him, grabbed a whole bunch of them. They were headed for Iran. They were terrorists. They were going to hold them hostage. They realized on their way to Iran, they weren't going to make it to Iran.
Right.
Just pulled that car over and they executed her son, Jacob.
Wow.
And Nola will be with us at VetFest.
Right.
She's coming in from Nebraska. But Nola's one of 5,000 moms. Moms like Bobby McGowan. Bobby is the mother of Stephen McGowan of St. Mark's High School.
Local.
Yeah.
Local.
I didn't know Stephen.
Right.
I met Stephen at his funeral. Stephen's family was a member of the same church as mine. The priest told us on a Sunday morning, on Tuesday or whatever day it was, that this kid that he has been mentoring died on our behalf in Iraq. And if we had a chance, pay respect to the family. So I grabbed my son, Jacob, put him in line. We stood for an hour or two. And we got through there, and I wanted Jacob to meet an American hero. And we met the McGowan family. We met Stephen. And fast forward, I have to tell you, sadly, Stephen's name never crossed my lips again till we brought that memorial to town. And suddenly I was face to face with Stephen. And then his family showed up to pay respects to Stephen at the memorial. And suddenly I was able to turn to his mother and say, Mrs. McGowan, you don't know me. And I'm so sorry for your loss. And I don't know if this is going to make any difference to your pain. But I want you to look around at VetFest. Because I brought my son, Jacob, to your son, Stephen's funeral because I wanted him to see an American hero. And I don't know, because I have no proof, but I believe in God so deeply that I know there are no accidents.
Right.
And I believe my son, Jacob, began his military career in that line at 8 years old with the seeds that Stephen McGowan planted in him.
Wow.
And there we were together. And I said, Mrs. McGowan, thousands of young men and women won't die of suicide because of your son, Stephen.
That's right.
There would be no Vet Fest
Right.
if it wasn't for Stephen McGowan.
Yeah.
And Ivan, I think the question began with, why'd you do this? It's Stephen McGowan.
Mm-hmm.
It's Jacob Fritz.
Right.
It's Liz Lockney.
Yeah.
It's Chip Wicks. It's Jimmy Lyons. It's Tori Adams.
Yeah.
It's Tommy Albany. It's Stoney Graves. It's Brian Fawns. And the list goes on. In Delaware, there are approximately 20 men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Liz Lockney was the first woman to die from Delaware, from Padua Academy, that died on our behalf. And countless others that survived a mortal wound in the field, only to be chased down like a thief in the night by depression, PTSD, trauma. Mm-hmm. You call it what you want. Mm-hmm. It came for them.
Yeah.
And so our job at VetFest
Yeah.
is to be faster.
Right.
Our job is to shine light where there's darkness.
Yeah.
Our job is to provide hope where there's the feeling of hopelessness.
Yeah. I was there last year, and the year before last, and the crowd grew. Like it grows by numbers.
Yeah.
But what you can see there in the faces of the veterans is the gratitude that they're just even being recognized. And now that there is something like Stop Soldier Suicide that in VetFest that says, thank you for helping. Thank you for giving a damn, right?
Yeah.
My favorite thing is giving a damn. Thank you for giving a damn. And I was just watching, and there is such a line between Republican and Democrat. There's such a line between black and white. There's a line between gay and straight. At VetFest, you saw everyone giving a damn. And it was beautiful to see. Like you had a gentleman there that was 101 years old.
Yeah.
You had someone there that was 4 months old.
Yeah.
Right. And it was I called my son, right, that morning and said, yo, did you know anything about VetFest? And he was like, I heard about it. I said, well, I'm on my way there. He said, Dad, I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
And he came, and he was so mad because he wanted to do the ruck.
Yeah.
He wanted the ruck. Yeah. What other, so you do have the ruck there. What else do you have going on?
So we have, if your viewers want to come out, and they better.
Right. Tell them, that's your camera guy, tell them.
You better. We've got, the day is fantastic. Let me just give you the layout of the day.
Yeah.
We begin somewhere around 10 o'clock in the morning at the town of Whitehall, just over the Roth Bridge.
Beautiful town that is.
The beautiful town of Whitehall. So somewhere around 10:15 in the morning, we begin the day by honoring what are called the Gold Star families.
Okay.
The Gold Star families are the families of those who have fallen. Mm-hmm. And we extend the formal definition of the Gold Star families to be those families whose sons and daughters died of suicide, that served our country gallantly, bravely on our behalf, never asked us for anything, but died of suicide here. So the parents, the siblings, the friends walk down the street with a big American flag.
Nice.
And we present these kids posthumously to the rest of the community.
I love it.
Year after year after year.
Yeah.
And Ivan, it's important for us to say each and every one of their names. You heard me rattle some of their names off, right? Because each one of them symbolizes what is great about us.
Yeah.
And the sacrifice that people are willing to make on our behalf.
Yeah.
And if we stop saying their names, we stop having the appreciation.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And so there's an expression that the Gold Star community has. When Wreaths Across America comes through here, they take their wreaths, they stop in Delaware usually, they go to Arlington and they lay a wreath in front of a grave.
What is that? What is a wreath? Can you tell people what that is that don't know?
Yeah, the Wreaths Across America movement was started by a couple up in New England. I believe it's Maine.
Okay.
And they just wanted to decorate their local veterans cemetery with green wreaths.
Okay.
And 100 green wreaths grew into 1,000 green wreaths, grew into 1,000,000 green wreaths. And they made a decision to not only decorate the wreaths in Maine, but every veteran cemetery that wanted them,
Right.
and especially Arlington National Cemetery.
Okay.
So they lead a caravan every December down from Maine, down the East Coast. They often stop. They've stopped in the town of Whitehall several times.
Okay.
They go to Arlington, and volunteers empty the trucks out, the tractor trailer after tractor trailer.
Full of wreaths.
Full of wreaths. And they lay wreaths in front of all of the gravestones.
Wow.
At Arlington. And they ask just one thing of the volunteers: to say their name.
Say their name.
That's all the parents want.
Right.
Is to have you say their names. Sometimes the parents are gone.
Right.
Sometimes these folks from wars of bygone eras are gone. But say their names.
Right.
It's important to know why someone lost their life at Terwa, or in Iwo Jima, or in Normandy, or in Vietnam, right?
Yeah.
Or in Appomattox, or in Gettysburg,
Yep.
right? Or at Bunker Hill. Say their names. You know, I had to give a speech to a group of school kids, and I gave them an assignment to learn all those 20 Delaware names and to say them.
Right.
And I say we say names because they're important. They represent the essence of who we are and why we fight.
Right.
And the minute we stop saying their names, we have no purpose.
That's right.
Imagine if we stopped saying the name Martin Luther King.
Right. Yeah.
Imagine if we stopped saying the name John Kennedy.
Imagine if we stopped saying the name of our fathers, our own fathers, you know what I mean? Our mothers, like it's like they didn't even exist.
Yeah.
And we don't want that. Say their name.
But there's some names that are so special, they epitomize an entire movement.
Yeah, man.
A catalyst, a change of history.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And 5,000 names are coming to Whitehall, each representing what is good about us.
Yeah.
Last night, after the death of Charlie Kirk, I bumped into our good friend J.J. Francis, and J.J. was just distraught.
Yeah.
So, J.J., what's the matter? He said, so sad. I just reflect on what goes on in our country, and sometimes I wonder where we are and what even matters.
Right.
And I went to bed with that thought last night.
Yeah.
And I woke up this morning, it's September 11th.
Right.
And I went down to Del Tech. My view changed.
Wow. So
I know exactly what matters.
Right.
I saw them in action. I saw them gathered at Del Tech in Stanton, and they ran to Wilmington. And this just wasn't a symbolic look, a celebration of sorts of our firefighters and our police and our military. Del Tech doesn't just become a symbolic representative. They are literally providing a solution for our veteran community to get them work, to put their arms around them if they need emotional support. And when I tell you that the essence of the solution to the epidemic of suicide is connection as the antidote to isolation, I look at places like Del Tech and know that's exactly who we are.
They get it. They get it.
They get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Ivan, when I look at the volunteer work that gets done 11 months and 51 weeks a year for VetFest, and then I get on the ground at VetFest, I know exactly who we are.
Yep. You get it. It hits you.
People across Delaware are so entranced with social media. They have become victims of their own rhetoric. They really start believing that's who we are.
Bro, yes.
And VetFest gives us not only the modality to bring relief, for families to grieve, for veterans to find hope, for community to become engaged. It gives us, even for 24 hours, to leave our bags full of crap at home.
That's right. That's right. When no matter who you are, from the organizer to someone that's showing up for the first time, when you walk on and when you touch that pavement at Whitehall, you get it. You get it. For a brother like me that walked out there for my first time, right? Didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I kept hearing you say, stop soldier suicide, stop soldier suicide. And I showed up. And when I showed up, I said, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Last year I went, I was like, come on, you got to see this. You got to be a part of this. And I was like,
yeah,
I get it. You had the parade.
Yeah.
That was great. I've been to a lot of places for a lot of different causes.
Yeah.
Vet Fest hits a little different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if I'm being biased because my son's, in the Army. But I even believe that if your kid wasn't, you would get it.
Well, I do too, because Vet Fest is different than any patriotic production.
Yeah.
We are at Vet Fest for a purpose.
Yeah.
At Vet Fest, our purpose isn't just to celebrate the military, which it is and it does.
Mm-hmm.
The purpose of Vet Fest is to make the civilian and military world collide.
Yeah.
To build empathy through education on behalf of the civilian world.
Yep.
That our military needs their support, and here's why. The families need their support, and here's why.
Mm-hmm.
And for our military to see with their eyes, to witness the generosity, both financially and emotional, of their community, to say, we got you.
Yeah.
To provide education to the young to understand the dignity of service.
Yeah. Do you think, Brian, like, and I'm hearing you 99%, like we should give back to the 1%. Like vets need to be like rock stars. They need to be the ones that come home and they have everything laid out for them. They got health care laid out for them. They got when they need to go see a therapist, everything, housing, the whole nine. Because like you said, they sacrifice, and without being apologetic, just said, I'm going to do this for my country.
Yep.
Not I'm going to do this to get rich.
That's right.
I'm going to do this to drive
That's
a Bentley.
definitely not the answer.
Yeah, they're like, I'm going to do this for my country.
Yes.
White, black, Hispanic, whatever it is, right?
Yes, sir.
And I think, it breaks my heart, and I would love to have on this show, and maybe you can help me get some more people on to talk more about the resources that are available for the veterans.
Yep.
And maybe we need to start a veteran TV. I don't know. But I think there needs to be something, because they go out, they fight, they get hurt, they get wounded, or they come back to loneliness.
Yeah.
And the Bible says it, no man should be alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And we need to celebrate them more. It's so crazy now, Brian. Again, growing up over South Bridge, right? And not understanding the military or, vets, right? And now, again, and I'm going to blame it on having a son now that's in the Army.
Yeah.
Every time I see a hat or that jacket that says veteran, I go out of my way to say thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you did.
Yeah.
Let me take care of this lunch or dinner for you.
Yeah.
Just to say thanks, because even those guys that's like 75, 65, right? Can you imagine the stuff they've seen?
Well, how do you think we could educate the civilian community, Ivan?
I think we need to I think they need to see it.
Yeah.
I think visual is a huge part of it. I think they need to see young vets, old vets that's in it, and so they can get an appreciation for who they are.
Yeah.
Because I think like just growing up in where I grew up at, right? There wasn't a big vet talk. There wasn't a vet fest.
Yeah.
There was Mr. John went off the war. He came back, Mr. John crazy. You know what I mean? And I think that it needs to be taught. It needs to be, they need to be like, people need to see more of who they are and what and we need to understand sacrifice. I also think we need to get rid of these damn cell phones and social media a little bit, because we don't really I so adore these vets, man.
Yeah.
I think that what I would like to do is to bring more resources. I think that's the thing, wraparound services and resources, right? And we have a huge platform here, and I would love to do something. Like every time you call me about VetFest, I'm like, come on, bro. Like rock out. Come, let's talk about it. What do you think we need to do?
Well, it's really interesting. I don't know if I can nail the solution, but I think I have the problem in full view. And when only 1% of us do something, it's hard for 99% to even notice, right? Because we're in Delaware, at least, especially here in Wilmington and Newcastle, or in Dover with the Air Force Base, we bump into the military a little bit. But really, how much?
Right.
And so you get it because 100% of your life now is the military, right? And it was 0% before, other than witnessing the 1%. Right. So it's hard to build an appreciation. So, Johnny or Susie from the neighborhood goes off to work and you believe it's a career choice.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Why should they get something special?
Yeah.
It's their career.
It's their career. That's right.
And then you realize someday Billy and Susie might get married, and their spouse now has to be without them for periods of time. Yeah. Their children have to be without them. You're right. There's not a big income that comes with this. Right. There's a tremendous amount of risk. Yeah. Right. And if you're not a career military person, coming out the backside of the system into the civilian world, you risk being, for at least a period of time, irrelevant by resume.
There you go.
And so I think we've got to do more things like VetFest that give the civilian world the ability to put their hands in it. Right?
I agree.
Because I could tell you, every civilian that and nobody's ever refused getting involved. Everybody gets involved enthusiastically. Everybody always says, boy, this is great because I've always wanted something to do. Right. And from the military perspective, that 1%, when 99% feels like it's got their back turned on you, that's a big back. It's a really big back.
Yes, it is.
And so we just got to get some of them to turn around and to pay attention.
Yeah. Now we got the problem. Yeah. We got to figure out that solution.
I think part of it is mixing it up. We need more VetFests. Number one, got to get your viewers to VetFest.
How do they get to VetFest?
I want you to come down to the town of Whitehall. I want you to come down to the town of Whitehall in Middletown, Delaware, right over the Roth Bridge, just like you're going to the beach. Or you're coming north from the beach. Right in Middletown, Delaware, the town of Whitehall. If you go to www.vetfestdelaware.com, you can find all the information you want. If you would like to walk on behalf of somebody in the military, if you'd like to walk or run on behalf of a veteran, if you'd like to walk or run on behalf of somebody that's fallen, register for our 5K walk, our 5K run. And if you are rugged, like Ivan, you'll throw, wait. So Dr. Aaron Bass from Eastside Charter.
What's he doing?
He borrowed my rucksack.
Did he?
Yeah. So he's been training. Now that I'm on live television, he's committed. He is rucking 10K on behalf of the military. And so you can come put 20, 30, 40 pounds. I don't know how much Aaron's really putting on.
Like 2 cheesesteaks.
2 cheesesteaks. and get out there and ruck on behalf of somebody in the military.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Aaron is always for. Matter of fact, he was there for the last 2 years. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. Right. You know Ricky Deadweiler,
and he's always there.
So not always, because I'm going to tell a story about Ricky Deadweiler. Okay. So he's going to laugh if he ever sees this. So Ricky Deadweiler comes on behalf of Cortiva. Ricky works for Cortiva. He's always so generous. The company Cortiva is always so generous to VetFest. So Ricky decides to check us out one year, and Ricky is dressed up. He is not dressed in running clothes. And you saw it last year when you got there for the first time. Ricky came years ago. Yeah. He got so caught up in the groundswell of it. Somebody slapped a bib on him, put sneakers on him, and Ricky ran the 5K completely unprepared, ran back. He said, I got caught up in the moment.
Get out of here. Ricky, I want to see the pictures. Yeah. I know you got the pictures. Oh, wow. It's easy to get caught up.
It's easy to get caught up in the enthusiasm, but it's also easy to get caught up because we are reminded why we're there. Like we said, this is not a wave your flag, eat a hot dog patriotic production. Right. VetFest is an event with extraordinary purpose. Yeah. Because if 1% of our population found the purpose within their heart to go serve on our behalf, then we have a purpose at VetFest.
That's we go. There we go. I love it.
Yeah.
Where can I go again? What's the website?
VetFestDelaware.com. VetFestDelaware.com. Saturday, September 27th, the town of Whitehall. Come on out.
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
My man, Brian, thank you, brother.
Thank you,
Thanks for always
Appreciate
coming
it.
by,
Yep.
man.
Yep.
All right, so where we at? Good morning, Delaware. We just got right into the conversation. We totally missed the intro, but thank you. Make sure you go to VetFest. If you have any, what's the website for Stop Soldier Suicide?
StopSoldierSuicide.org.
.org.
Yeah.
Make sure you go there, check it out, read all the information, and there's a donate button on there. Yeah. Every dollar you get will go to help stop a soldier from suicide. You said 22 a day.
22 a day. Since September 11th, 2001, about 150,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Be a part of the solution. All right? Let's go. DETV.